Welcome back to another plan with me. This week I am memory planning for the week of the 29th of April to the 5th of May, and I used this beautiful Miami kit from my shop at the artist Kitnish Girl Jess, and it only came out recently. This is like a very quick release to actually using in my planner kind of timeline for me right now, but this was the perfect kit for the Formula One Miami Grand Prix. The chances of me like traveling to Miami are pretty slim, especially in like the near future. So I thought I would just use this kit for the Grand Prix. There was a Formula One box and it just seemed very fitting. This is the kind of time of year where we're kind of going into like the summer season, but it's not really summer yet. Like, we're still having very cold weather, so it doesn't feel appropriate to be using properly summer kits. But if there's a reason to kind of tie a kit to a theme or a specific thing in a week that happened, I will not pass up an opportunity to use a kit that like vaguely links to the events that actually happened in my week. So I love that. I had picked out a different kit to use. We actually went to a Bluebell Wood on Friday, which I also specifically kind of engineered to happen because I was going to use the Bluebell Wood mystery kit that we released. I think it was the January mystery, but like literally is like the perfect kit for going to a Bluebell Wood, and I ended up like replacing it with this kit because basically Lando won the Grand Prix. It was like his first win, and I felt like I wanted to just mark that instead of the Bluebell Woods. Like, we can go to a different Bluebell Woods or just go again and then I can use that kit, but I just really wanted to mark the Grand Prix win for Lando. So that is basically the story behind it using this kit. In the sidebar, my like highlight of the week, I wrote Lando wins Miami with a little Formula One car. These are from my shop, and if you search track car, they will come up. So moving on to the plans, on Monday, which was the 29th, this is actually a date that's referenced in Taylor Swift's song High Infidelity. So I marked High Infidelity Day, and in the song she says, "Do you really want to know where I was April 29th?" And I thought that would be really fun to mark, and I actually made a reel out of it. I filmed like my daily plans for that day and just like put it to the lyrics. So I also marked that I posted the reel. I'm using gold foil in this spread. I haven't got like a whole foil pack. I've just got 2 sheets of underlays, I believe. So I've got like access to the foiled icons, and I think I must have just pulled in some extra foiled date covers so I could do my date dots. Not date covers, my date numbers. So after that I marked that Enzo was sat in his hay feeder, which he is not supposed to do, but it was really funny because he doesn't normally sit in it. Tallulah can get inside because she's the smaller one, but he can't normally, and then I glanced over and he was inside it, so I just marked that because it made me laugh. Then this day I got my bookkeeping software up to date, which is always a cause for celebration. I try and do it, well, I have to do it quarterly, but I try and do it monthly, but like it's a very loose try. It doesn't very much happen. It doesn't happen very often. So I marked that I got 0 up to date. Then I put in one of the beautiful full boxes. I did get asked how I choose like where to put my full boxes. There's no like strategy, no tactics or anything. I just like position them. I like them to be kind of staggered, which I think is something I saw like a long time ago. I think I got this from Kitnish Girl Jess, like her plan with me. So I think she does like up and down, or at least just like staggers them a bit, and I try and do that. I mean, I'm not that like strict about it, but like there used to be a time where we all kind of put them like in a row, and I don't really like to do that. I don't know, maybe I could try it again, see if I like it, but I like them to be kind of more up and down and just like interesting. So I will normally just try and avoid putting one in the same place as the previous day, but otherwise there's not really much else to it. This was the day that I changed my filming light setup. So the last like couple of Plan With Me's you will have seen the difference. It kind of just affects the foil. I think it's better. It was basically like to try and improve how hollow foil looks, and honestly it's just better for my camera because it means the lights are now shining directly at the planner again, whereas like I move them away, but it just means that I have to have such a high boost to like the ISO and stuff to make it light enough. And then that makes my footage like grainy, and basically I just think it's better this way, so you just get like a little bit more glare, but I think it's fine. Yeah, but basically, like I do really want like a different camera lens, especially for vlogging. But I am worried that if I get like a lens that's meant for vlogging, it's not going to be very good for photos and plan with me's. And then I don't want to be changing my lens all the time. And I don't want two cameras. So I'm just kind of making do with this for now. But I think it's much better than it was. And then we went to the cinema on Monday night because Tom had like 2 free tickets to use, and there was nothing that we really wanted to see. But he suggested this horror film, I mean, it's not like a super scary horror film. It's called Abigail, and this isn't really a spoiler because it's kind of like all over the trailers and stuff, but it's basically about a girl who's a ballerina. But it was one of those horrors where like you get like you can tell when something's gonna happen, and it kind of follows like typical structure. But I really enjoyed it, and Tom did as well, which was a bit of a surprise because he's not a massive horror film fan, and especially at that time of night, like I didn't know if he would enjoy it or not. But yeah, we really did. So that was Monday. So moving on to Tuesday, I marked that I worked on teacher scripts. Not really like designing, just brainstorming, because I put up a little box on Instagram and asked for suggestions for like any scripts that people wanted to see in the shop. And Jen, who is on my PR team, replied and said teacher scripts, and she is a teacher in the US, but I have another teacher on my PR team, Chloe, and she's in the UK. So I messaged her and I was like, this is what I'm thinking, going to do like a big range of teacher scripts. Could you let me know UK ones, and Jen will let me know like US ones, and we can find like common ones between them and do kind of like a UK sheet and a US sheet and mix them, and like try and find options that would work for both or either or. And I was really excited about that. So I haven't actually done any more work on that, but I plan to, so I'll try and do that soon. Then, so I've marked strapless bra shopping. I don't think this is what I meant to mark. I think I wrote it wrong when I did my custom scripts. But when I had my dress fitting the previous week, I had ordered some other strapless bras to like check the right size basically. And I think this is when the rest of them came, and I just tried them on and returned the ones that I wasn't going to keep. So that is actually what I meant, but I'm just going to leave it because I'll probably remember what I mean. Then I marked annoying emails. And I genuinely don't know what this was in reference to. It could have been, I get a lot of emails to my Plannerface like help email, which is really annoying that they use my customer service email, but they're all bots, and they always just like message you and say like, oh, we've noticed this and this is wrong with your website. Or they'll be from YouTube people and they'll be like, oh, we noticed that your videos are doing really badly, and they're just like generic messages. But they're still really mean. I mean, I don't take them like seriously because I know that they're bots and they're fake, but it is just like, why do people send, like cold emails with stuff like that? Anyway, then I marked that I went through some old photos, and Tom had been looking for photos of himself with long hair to like compare to something. I can't remember what it was for. It was for like a Twitter thread or something. So I found some of those and I just marked that. Then we started watching The Gentleman on Netflix, which I actually quite enjoyed. Tom doesn't really like it, so we watched like 4 episodes and we haven't watched any more. So I'll probably finish that on my own, but it's like comedy, and I didn't think I was going to like it when we started it, and then it actually grew on me. So that was fun. Then on Wednesday, I marked that I was really tired in the morning, and then I had some happy mail in the form of a little ceramic figure that I commissioned of Ari, and it was so cute. I'll try and remember to put a picture on screen, but it's perfect. It's literally, I mean, I can see it right now. I've got it on my computer and he just stares at me. It's so cute. I really just wanted like a little Ari for my desk. I ended up finding a ceramics artist on Threads actually. I messaged her like randomly one night and she replied and was like, yes, I can do a custom, because all of her like in stock items were out of stock and they were really cute too. Like I think if she'd had those in stock, I would have probably just like bought something else, but because I couldn't, I messaged about a custom, and she did it all based on his Instagram profile, because obviously like I've uploaded a lot of pictures of him over the years, so there's a catalogue of photos there. But yeah, I really didn't have to give any input really, like she just did it and it was amazing. So I marked that it was so cute. And then I designed the Portugal sticker kit collection this day. So Nella had released Portugal art, and we have like family in Portugal. So, I mean, I've never been, but we potentially will go. So I'm very excited about that kit. It looks really pretty, but I did mark that it was difficult to choose the colours. I ended up going with, well, it's not really that important, like you can see the kit, but basically was back and forth a lot on different shades, and I know my printer struggles a little bit with certain shades of like greeny blues, like turquoises and mints, and just anything like bluish it struggles with. But I did actually have a mess around with color profiles, and I managed to get it to look much better, so that's exciting because I can use that like change for any other kits where they're kind of on, like the blues and greens are a little bit weird. I think maybe Miami I printed with a different colour profile as well and got it to look different. But yeah, so I, even though the colours were hard to pick, I think I got them to look like almost right via print as well. But this is why I always take photos of my stickers and don't use digital listings, because I find it sometimes hard to get the printer to actually print what the screen sees. And obviously like we have disclaimers about like colours may look a little bit different, but you do want to try and give like the most accurate representation possible. So after that, in March I wasn't feeling very well, and then Tom showed me this like human or AI chatbot game where it pairs you up with like a random person and you have to talk to each other for like a short amount of time, and you have to basically guess if you're talking to an AI or a human. And I got human like every time and I guessed right every time, but my humans were being like really weird and definitely like humans, so yeah, it wasn't really that fun for me. But I think it's reasonably old, and it just like it was trending again, so I did that for like maybe like 3 rounds. It struggled to pair me with people, to be honest, so I don't know. Anyway, on to Thursday, I marked that I printed and cut the Portugal kit this day. So that was when I messed with colour profiles, and it didn't actually take that long. So I would definitely like recommend it if you're struggling to get colours to look right. Then I designed some more releases this day, which I marked with a Spring Coffee Monsters Karamoti. Oh, okay, yeah, so when I marked I wasn't feeling very well, I think it was my ear. So I started to have some like ear issues, I think in the last plan with me, and I'd used like an eardrop eardrops, and it kind of helped, but then it got like worse again this day, and I took my temperature and I had a fever, so I was like, oh good, what if I've got an ear infection? So I went to a pharmacy on Thursday. We first went to Tesco pharmacy, like the pharmacy within the supermarket, and the guy was just like, yeah, we don't have anything, go to a GP. But I'd already been on the NHS website and they said to go to a pharmacy first. So luckily we googled it and there was like an independent pharmacy down the road, so we just walked there instead, and they were really helpful. They gave me this spray called Ear Calm, and I think it's for like something called like swimmer's ear, like if you get water in your ear. So I used that and it already felt a lot better, but I didn't know if it was like a placebo thing. And then because we'd been to Tesco, we got like sandwiches for dinner because I really didn't want to cook, so I was just like, let's just have sandwiches. And then we watched more of The Gentleman this day. So we did watch like quite a bit of it in like a row, and then we lost steam with it. So on Friday, I did my listings in the morning, and then I marked that my ears felt a little bit better already, but like I said, I was a bit like, or is it just placebo? Or I mean, I don't know, maybe it would have got better on its own anyway, but Thursday I was just like, I've had this fever for a couple of days now, I think I should go to the pharmacy. So yeah, marked that my ears felt better. Then I cut some journaling kits, and this was the day that we went to the Bluebell Woods. So I just googled like Bluebell Woods near me and found this place recommended called Borough Woods, and I just put it in the sat nav and we went. Like I didn't think any more of it. It was really nice. There was literally no one there. It did start to rain as we left, so maybe it would have been more busy if it hadn't rained. But there were some really pretty bluebells. There's like a north and a south side of the woods, and we had no idea if we were in the right one or not, but we did find the bluebells. The drive there was chaotic. We really hate when you get sent down these like really narrow country roads where they just have like passing points for you to pull over because there is not room for two vehicles side by side, and it was one of those roads. And on the way, I think it was on the way back, you're driving uphill, so you cannot even see what's coming. So yeah, it was nice and stressful. We love a stressful drive, but it was free parking, so you've got to roll with the punches sometimes. I would go back because it was free parking, but also Tom drove, not me, so I didn't have the absolute stress that the driver would have had. I then marked that we got caught in the rain, but it was okay because like you do sort of have the cover of the woods, so it was not too bad. And then I was doing some like marketing brainstorming, completely unrelated to Formula One, but as like an example for something that I wrote down, I predicted almost, I just basically wrote something about Lando winning his first Formula One race. And then obviously he won on Sunday. So on Friday, I made this prediction that came true. So very weird. Then we watched the sprint qualifying this day because Miami was a Formula One like weekend with a sprint race. And then we watched the movie Glass, which is an M. Night Shyamalan film. I've realised I do like him quite a lot. We watched another film by him recently. I think it was called Cabin in the Woods, which was good. And yeah, I think I just like his films, well, the ones I've seen anyway. We realised that, what's the film? Split. The film's called Split, where there's the character who says like, it wasn't me, that was Patricia, that it wasn't me, it was Patricia or something. So I've seen that film and I liked it. Didn't realise Tom didn't actually like that film that much when I put the sequel or whatever it is on, which is Glass. But after watching it, we realised that there is a third film in this like group that you should watch before Glass. So we kind of missed like some of the story by only watching Split and Glass, and then I don't know if I'm going to go and watch the third one because I think the context was kind of needed before, and I don't know if I would get it in this order. But yeah, it was okay. I think you probably needed the extra context, but anyway, we watched that. Then on Saturday in the morning, I put releases away. I then worked on a mystery brief. I did like a little bit on this day and I think I finished it on Sunday. Tom mowed the lawn because we actually are doing reasonably well at keeping on top of it this year. Like sometimes, I mean, most years we don't, and then we do it like every few weeks and it's grown way too much, but not doing too bad this year. Then we had the Formula One sprint race and I designed some, I think, doodles maybe while I watched this, and then I had some ice cream as well while I watched. And then we had the Miami qualifying in the evening. So when there's a sprint race, all of the times are a little bit different because they have, I mean, this is new for this year, they have sprint qualifying on a Friday, then they have the sprint race on the Saturday, and then after the sprint race, before the actual race, they have the race qualifying. So I think it's interesting in terms of like, you don't want to do anything to damage your car in the sprint race because you then like might not have time to repair it, or maybe you can't repair it for qualifying. I don't know, it's interesting in terms of the schedule. So yeah, that was Miami qualifying on Saturday, and I can't remember where Lando qualified because if he came I don't remember. If he came first, I don't remember. I honestly can't remember like the details of the race now. I just remember being like super stressful. Anyway, on a Sunday, I marked that I had a vanilla latte in the morning, I think from the Co-op. It was not iced, but I only have like, well, I could have marked it with a proper cup, but I just used a little pink iced coffee sticker from the Coffee Monsters Co. Then Tom had told me about the Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef, which sent me down like a rabbit hole of like trying to look at the history of it all, because he just showed me like 3 new songs or something that came out, and I was like, oh, I need to know the whole history of this, so went down a rabbit hole about that. Then we watched the Miami Grand Prix, and I marked that it was very tense and that I was watching through my hands, because I literally was. I was messaging Beth and I was like, I don't know what to do. Like, I really needed the toilet as well, and I was like, I can't leave. I think I put it on my phone and like went to the toilet. So yeah, it was just so, it was like, I feel like everyone watching, even if you weren't a McLaren fan, just like really wanted Lando to get this win, so it was just really nice that he won. So yeah, I marked that Lando won with 2 little race cars. I didn't know what to do because I don't think I was short on purple boxes, but I wanted to just mark it in like an interesting way. So I put 2 purple Formula 1 cars like facing out and then put Lando one in the middle. And then after that I just marked that we were like up late looking at Formula 1 memes and stuff, because there was just like a lot of content related to Lando winning, which is just really nice. And we also watched the like post-race interviews and stuff. So this is what I have left of the kit. I had the standard vertical kit, the 15mm add-on, I think the toolboxes, and I don't think I had any box add-ons. But yeah, that is my completed spread. I don't know why I did such a short foil wiggle, but hopefully you got a glimpse at the gold foil. But thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!